Look, I want to give y'all some valuable advice, like when it comes to loading up your videos on YouTube and also doing your shorts. What I notice is through my multiple channels, I end up noticing something that's I think is going to be very valuable to most people that's posting. If you like shorts, stick to the shorts because it will not translate over to your long form. But this is where it will help you. If you have way more long form, and every once in a while, maybe say for instance, you load up a good 5 or 6 long form videos, what you'll notice is you can throw a short in there at the end of the 6 videos. And the reason why I say that is because if you throw up too many shorts, what's going to happen is it's going to take the traffic away from your long form, and it's going to convert majority of your views over to the shorts. So if you have way more long form and you throw a short up, you'll notice that your shorts can end up getting played, but your long form is still getting love, like it's still getting people coming over to your channel. But what you have to be valuable of, like you got to be more concerned about the type of shorts that you're putting up. This is a mistake that I did in the beginning when I was posting. And where I made my mistakes at was I was putting up shorts that had nothing to do with the long form. Big mistake. It's not only a big mistake, but it's very confusing. And I'm gonna tell you why it's confusing. Say for instance, you're doing a short and you're talking about a situation, or say for instance, you're talking about something that's dealing with finances, but your channel is talking about designing, like being a designer. It's two different audiences. Like you cannot put two things together like that. So if you're doing funny videos, it's not going to translate if your short has nothing to do about you being funny. If your shorts are funny and your long form is talking about relationships and it has nothing to do with you using your, you know what I mean, your ideas of your funny activities that you're doing on your shorts, it's not going to translate back. It's not. It's not. And you'll notice that when people comment, you might end up, and I seen this. I seen some of my comments say, "Yo, I came over to your videos. It's totally different from your shorts." That's when I realized, yo, you cannot put two different type of things on the shorts and the long form. It don't they're not related to each other. It's just not. So if they're not related to each other, you can't put those two together. So don't make that mistake. Also, on your shorts, one thing I picked up on when it comes to the shorts, you do not want to do your shorts and a lot. This is what I noticed, and I don't know if it helps or hurt, but I did not see it help at all. I noticed that if I use my videos and I made it into a short, but I associate it to the long form, and I paint like whereas though you can put up a short and you can say, not say they able. YouTube has a thing whereas though it can take from that short when people click on it and they want to know more stuff about it, about what you're talking about in that short. They can take it back to the long form video. I did not see where that was really like very helpful. I'm fumbling my words. I didn't see that was very helpful. I'm gonna tell you why. It seemed like when people clicked on it, even though they was going over to the long form and they knew they was going to the long form, they only watched it 40 to 50 seconds, like it was still a short. So I stopped doing the association with the video. I just put up the short and leave it as is, like it's just a short. It seemed like my video was still moving and it did not convert that person that was in the short over to that video. They had watched that video all the way through or at least a couple minutes. So that's what it seemed like to me. Maybe if my channel grew a lot bigger, like as it grows more and more, you will end up getting more and more people looking at your shorts and then going over to your long form and watching it through. That's because, when you're looking at the lower subscribe count, you'll notice that as they start to get more and more, Some of those are implemented in with short videos and long form. So you got two types of subscribers. You would notice that. But I do think that it's good to mix it up, because sometimes when it comes to mixing it up, you will get more subscribers, but you do have some subscribers that are short form that do like long form. So it's not the be all. Like, everybody is not going to be into the same thing, but short form, shorts will get a lot of love due to the longevity of people's attention span. Like, attention spans are very, very short today, and we all know this, because even I get caught up in the shorts, and I'm like, yo, in it. But the long form plays a big part, because what tends to happen is, and I started noticing that on my other channel, it's separate from the stuff I do on this channel. And the reason why I picked up on it is because when people watching your long form, they looking to learn something, and they also looking to hear something that can actually broaden their horizons to making them think a little different. Whereas though it gives them a little bit of information that make them say, ooh, I never thought about that. That's why long form is important. Shorts are just to get your attention span, just to bring you in. That's it. And in a lot of cases, it works. But it also depends on what you're doing in the shorts. So a lot of times, if you're doing your shorts when it's just talking about news-related incidents, it's not going to play out long, but you might get a lot of views within that first couple days or week. Reason why is because it's pinpointing certain matters that are happening at that time. So that's what you want to really focus on, doing things that's actually going to make your audience want to go back to it. So if you mix it up a little bit, you can throw it here and there, do certain topics, but your main topics you want to stay on, whereas though it's giving people some information that's going to help them. That way people don't just click on your the stuff that you're putting out, and they're just there just for that certain topic. Because if you're helping people, they're going to stay there. They're going to go back to it. It's very informative. That's why I see why a lot of formative information that's out there, people still go back to. That stuff been out for 5 and 10 years, and they still getting views left and right. So don't think that what you're doing is a waste, but it has a place and it has a time. And if you're looking to do anything, remember that it's a place and a time for whatever you're talking about. So if you're going to be talking about anything that's dealing with fashion, summer fashion, or anything that's dealing with hot weather, remember that the stuff that you're going to put out that's talking about something that's dealing with warm weather or anything, is going to be emulated around warm weather time. And it depends on the region. If you're in the East Coast, it's only going to resonate to when it's around springtime. But if it's dealing with the West Coast, then it can get reviews, it can get views all year round. It just depends. Depends on your market and depends on what you're talking about. Everything is not going to resonate with everybody. But keep in mind, be helpful, but also be responsive to what's out there and what you're saying. Don't be boring and bland. And also, if anybody going to ask you anything when they when they showing you love in the comments, show love back, even if it's negative. Respond back, but don't respond back in a negative way. You know what I mean? Because people a lot of times in your shorts and in your long form want to see how you respond back. People just want love. You know what I mean? People just want to show love and also give a little hate. But at the end of the day, don't call it hate, because they did stop past and they did give love to your channel. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Be mindful of that. Don't take everything personal. One thing about YouTube, long form and these shorts, it's not something to take personal. Trust and believe. It's all entertainment, but it's all to be informative and help people out. All right? Peace.